Hello guys, welcome back to my channel .NET Go, and our today's session is about .NET Framework class library. Okay, the short form is FCL. Okay, in the going future, okay, you will heard about this class library, .NET Framework class library, or the word called FCL. Okay, so in this session we will discuss what is the framework class library, okay, and what it is doing in .NET framework. Okay, okay. So here I am having a small diagram. In this diagram you can see that I have component two components. Okay, these components are belongs to .NET framework. Okay, these components are inbuilt in a in a .NET framework. Means a .NET framework always comes with this two component. Okay, one component is CLR, which stands for Common Language Runtime, which we will cover in our later session. But in our today's session, we will talk about the FCL. Right? FCL stand for Framework Class Library. Okay. Okay. Now, before starting this slide, I want to mention one thing that our FCL, like uh, framework class library, what it is doing is it is actually helping you to develop your application. Okay, it is actually helping you to develop your application in a .NET environment, and the other component, which is a CLR, that is stands for Common Language Runtime, that component will help your application to run on the .NET framework environment. Okay, okay. So I have few points in this slide, so we will read one by one, and we will deep dive into it in the each point. Okay, so the first point is like framework class library is nothing but a collection of namespaces and classes which can be reusable. Okay, so framework class library means that it is a collection of n number of namespaces and classes which are already developed and comes with your .NET framework. You can directly use these namespaces and the classes in your programming while you are developing your application. Okay, now you have to understand one point, that after finishing this particular training session, after finishing this video, you must have a full idea that what is a framework class library in .NET framework. Okay, after finishing this video, in the future, if anyone asks you that do you know about what is a framework class library, then you should have a solid answer to him. Okay, this is the main purpose of this video. Okay, so the second point is like this framework class libraries are helps to develop an application. Okay, and the third point is in .NET framework these class libraries are built in. Okay, now we have some example like system.data, and there are many more. There are multiple framework class libraries are there, which is present in the .NET framework. Okay, for example, I'm having Visual Studio, and I have created one console application to make you understand visually also. Okay, in a real time, with the real time example also, by when we are telling framework class libraries, so which are the framework class libraries and where we can see our framework class libraries. So if you have Visual Studio in your machine, then you can open that Visual Studio, you can create a console application with the .NET framework. Then it will be open this type of UI. Okay, with the Visual Studio, and here you can see the program.cs class, so it will be comes up like this. Now if you go in the Solution Explorer, okay, and here you can find one thing called references. Okay, if you expand that references, you can see there are something called system data, right? System.net.http, system.xml. So these are the things which is your framework class library. Okay, clear? These are the things is your framework class library. Now this class libraries are already comes with your .NET framework. You don't need to develop manually by your own. This class library is already developed by Microsoft, and Microsoft gives you this class libraries with the .NET framework, so that you can use this class libraries in your programming multiple times. Whatever time you want to use, you can use. It is reusable. Okay, and not only just this many uh, library that class library we are having in .NET framework, we having many more. How you can see those also? For seeing those also, you have to right click on this references, then click on this add reference. You must just confirm you choose this assemblies option here, and then you will find all the class libraries. You can see here there are all the class libraries which comes with the .NET framework. Now you can see system we have already included. You can see the system.data, then all the things which have added. If you, for example, if you want to add this also, like system.messaging, just select this one, click on OK. Then you can see that system.messaging, this one also will be added in your project. So that after adding this class library, you can use the namespaces which is or which are associates with this particular class library, right? Okay, so this part is gone. Another part is, so now after adding this class libraries in your references of your project, if you want to use it in your code level, if you when you are programming, when you are want to use at that time, okay, so for want to use at that time, what you need to do is, here you can see a keyword called using, right? A keyword called using. Here you need to mention about the library class or the class libraries. Okay, like here we have already using system, so that we are we are importing that system class library into this particular class, okay, to use it. And then system.collection.generic. Okay, this all these things are, if you can hover over, all these things are a namespace which is already there in your system dot collection class library. Okay, for example, for a better understanding, if you see here, I have commented this one. For example, I have commented this particular namespace, okay, which belongs to class library. Okay, then suppose I have to create a list variable. Okay, I'm creating a list variable which is a int list variable. I'll give a name like my list, for example, then new, then list int. Okay, Yes, so I have created a list variable which is this one. Now I have commented this one. Just watch this very carefully, you will understand. When I will uncomment this one, the error will be gone. Why the error will be gone? Because when it is commented, you know you can see the error. In the error it was saying, you can see that, are you missing a using directive or an assembly references? Okay, so whenever you will got this type of error, that means your Visual Studio tells you that go to that references and check that the variable you want to create, that particular class library you have added or not. Okay, if you have added, after that please check this section which is used to using that using keyword, using directive, and check that you have used that particular namespaces which is belongs to that particular class library or not. Okay, so if you uncomment this one, you will see the error will gone, because at that time the Visual Studio, means your compiler, will get to know that, okay, you want to create this particular variable, and this variable is belongs to this namespace, and this namespace is belongs to this class library, and both and everything is available. Everything you have added, and you have used that using directive also, so everything is fine, there is no error. Okay, so I hope you have understood what I am trying to convey to you, what is a framework class library, right? Okay, so that's it from my side in this session. I hope you have learned what is a framework library class, or what is a framework class library, which the short form is FCL. Okay, if you have any query, okay, then please comment below. I'll surely reply to your query. Okay, and apart from this, if you like this video, then please subscribe my channel, and like this video, and I recommend it, please watch the other videos also, means the earlier videos also, and the coming videos also. Thank you very much.